Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Dresden save, part 6, where we try to take Dynamo Dresden all the way to the top of the Bundesliga and make it the first East German side to win the Bundesliga, albeit Leipzig are out of this equation. I know they're an East German city, I know they're an East German side, but they kind of have the advantage of being in the Bundesliga already, and that's just no fun at the end of the day. So let's go straight into it. Financially wise, recapping from last season as well, sitting pretty about 40 million in the bank. We still have a 25 million pound debt, or 55 million overall, which is a little bit annoying, but as I alluded to, I think it was in the previous episode, if we have a look at the club vision, it is now going ahead. They are building a new stadium and it's going to be ready in 2 years' time. I predict that in a couple of years' time we will still be doing this challenge, because this challenge is extremely difficult to try and get a third Liga or a dry Liga team all the way to the top of the Bundesliga. It's going to take a little bit of time. As I say, we're on episode number 6 and we're doing okay at the moment. We've solidified our position. We have finished quite comfortably mid-table the last 2 seasons, so I think now is the time to take it up to the next level, so to speak. And by doing that, you have to sign some really decent players. So looking at this, if we go back one, I haven't made any signings before the save point in the game. One sale was made, and that was Martin van der Voort, as I predicted would happen. He's gone over to Saudi for 2.5 million, which I believe, if we have a look at his financials, yeah, lost a little bit of money, but he served a purpose at the end of the day, so that's more than okay with me. Then we made another 36 million in sales, and there was a couple of big ones. Unfortunately, and I didn't notice this until it was too damn late, Pulic has gone to Leipzig. He's jumped East German ships. Pulic, you naughty boy. Not happy with that at all. But unfortunately, I did have a release clause in his contract for nearly 20 million quid. Leipzig took that chance and they bought him in. And then to top it all off, the Saudis came in for my other centre-back, Danny Luch. I never know how to pronounce it. Flavius. We'll call him Flavius. He's gone to Saudi for 13.5 million. Rocco Wright has gone to Saudi for another 6 million. So I brought us in a fair amount. Omichin has gone to Werder Bremen for less than 100k. Kamenak has left to go to St. Etienne. So basically, the OGs of the earlier parts of the series, shall I say, they're out the door. It's now time for the new breed to come through. And to start off, I did really well on the free transfer market. A lot of these I got brought in the January time. I saved it at the January point. I went into the transfer market to see whose contracts were up, and these guys were it. Martin Wittig. Everybody who's played this game should know who Martin Wittig is by now. Really, really rapid centre-back. Good, reliable centre-back from Czechia. He played for Sparta Prague. Want to make sure I get that right. And I brought him in for a free transfer after he went to Man City. More than happy with that. Andre Santos, player who is at Chelsea. He has come into the team on a free transfer as well, when usually his valuation is like 30 odd million. It's ridiculous. Chris Rigg, English wonder kid. Really, really good central midfielder, and he's come in for a free from Sunderland. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stoked that we got him in. And then a couple of others. Hendrik van Krombrugge, 36-year-old goalkeeper. I needed a backup goalkeeper. Not many of them around that were half decent, so I brought him in. He's only going to last a couple of seasons, let's face it. Kosta Nedljakovic is another free transfer, a right back brought in from Villa, who actually played for Leipzig. So they got Pulic, I got Nedljakovic, kind of a weird little swapsies going on there. But again, he's a very solid, good right back, 23 years old, Serbian, value up to 10 million, 3-star potential ability and current ability, so very good, and it strengthens our defence. Then I spent a little bit of money, and now is the point, we're on season 6, where some of the really decent regens start coming through, and I had a look at this guy, Jean Santiago, Frenchman, 19, from Monaco. Oof, this guy with a 16 dribbling and 16 technique as an advanced forward, who 13 finishing, okay, could be a little bit better, and his pace and acceleration could be better, but for me, I see him more of a creative attacker than an actual striker because of his off the ball and vision as well, plus balance and natural finish. I couldn't turn this one down, not for 11 million. And he was one of those guys that was on the next gen list, so I went straight in for him. And then finally, Nathan De Cat. From Anderlecht. I bought him in for, how much was it for? 22.5 million. And, oh, come on, get on there. And as a defensive midfielder at 20 years old with 5-star potential ability, has a little bit of work to do on his consistency, but I could see it here. As a defensive midfielder, this guy could be an absolute baller. The problem being is he has a minimum fee release clause of 51 million. Any Champions League club comes in for him, at least I'm going to get double my money back, because he's not going for any less than that at the moment. Not a chance. But that is the transfers done. Tactically wise, I'm keeping it the same, but I'm using Andre Santos as the advanced playmaker and Santiago as the DLF, not the advanced forward. I want to keep those two and get as much game time as possible. I see a lot of potential in Andre Santos. I think he will do okay for us. Fixtures wise, I've played to September, so we'll have a look at that. First round of the Pokal, done, fine. Lost 1-0 to Dortmund, which is a little bit annoying. But then 2 1-0 wins, thanks to Thomas Angel against Hoffenheim and St. Pauli is good. And then we got humped by Freiburg 3-0. A little bit disappointing. But no European football, obviously, so we've only got the Pokal and the league to consolidate for again. But I'll run the highlights. Let's get into it and see how we do this season. Fingers crossed, we will do alright and maybe even gain a European qualification spot this time. And hopefully no heartbreak in the Pokal. We will see. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Despite our heroic efforts in the Pokal of the last 2 seasons, it was, unsurprisingly, an early exit in the second round knockout by Borussia Mönchengladbach after beating Bonn in round 1 7-1. In the league, however, we finally found our consistency, but not until after Christmas. Before Christmas, it was only 5 wins in 16, including beating Frankfurt and Gladbach. After New Year, we hit the next gear. 12 wins in 18, including wins against Stuttgart, a cracking game against Darmstadt, and a win over our East German rivals, Leipzig, held us up the league to finish 6th in the league table and Europa League qualification. Well, I suppose all that can be said about that is, I'm actually quite happy with that. Okay, take the Pokal to one side and we get knocked out in the second round by Gladbach. After 2 seasons of getting to the final and losing to Dortmund to Bayern Munich, it was bound to happen. I couldn't see us getting to a 3rd final in a row, but that still is a little bit disappointing. But the main thing is, especially after, I'll have a look at the past positions in a minute, especially after the start that we had, to finish in the Europa League qualification, and in fact, our last 5 games of the season, losing 2 of those games cost us Champions League football. That is gutting. You look at it around here, the 2 games that we lost, which were, I believe, to Darmstadt and Bayern Munich by the looks of it, or was it Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich? I can't quite remember, and I'll have a look in a second. That is quite gutting, and what's even more annoying is that now the Bundesliga seems to have turned into a real bun fight between Bayern Munich and our East German rivals Leipzig, because now they've won the league twice in the last 3 years. That's really annoying. Really, really annoying. Again, I was going to have a look at the past positions quickly on this. So, yeah, I mean, we were fighting around mid-table, and then after Christmas, we just went for it. And if we have a look at the schedule, that's quite well proven. Look at the form running up to Christmas. Losses, draws, wins, all mixed in. And then after Christmas, we actually found a bit of consistency. 3 and 4 there, 3 and 4 there, and 3 and 4 there. That's what helped us into that Europa League spot. But now we have the challenge of that next season. Speaking of which, for that challenge, we only have 23 million in the bank for that. That's not good. Let's go and have a look at the squad. Let's have a look at the goals. So, Thomas Angel actually came in clutch this season, picking up a 1 and 2 goal contribution, which I'm very, very happy with. He is wanted. Funny old thing by Saudi Arabia. That may be a cash-in point to get some more money. Jean Santiago, 14 and 11 on his debut season. That is even better. He's wanted, but I am not selling him. Not a chance. His valuation's gone up. Andre Santos. I put him into that attacking midfielder spot, and he actually came up really, really well for us. 13 goals and 5 assists in the league with a over 7 average rating is exactly what I was looking for, and he's progressed quite well. Is he amazing? No. But is he consistent, and does he like the big games? Yes, he is. And his attributes all round like sort of the 12 to 15 mark. So there is a player in there, and he's one that I've actually never used before, and I'm quite happy with that. Nathan DeCat, our other young lad, came in with 2 goals and 1 assist, but obviously he's the ball-winning midfielder, so wow. His mentals and physicals have gone through the roof after just 1 season. That is incredible. Holy moly. Oh, I need to keep hold of this guy. Really need to keep hold of him. And then obviously a few of the other guys. Asnu at left back, 2 goals and 5 assists with a 7 average rating as well. That's really good. Chris Rigg had a good season as well. Has he developed any more? A little bit on a couple of places. So I think he's done alright for us as well. Quite happy with that. Really, really happy. Club vision wise, they're absolutely ecstatic with me. B's and A's all the way through, which is even better. And there we have it, guys. This has been a very successful season. I'm very, very happy with it, and it puts us on a great springboard for season number 7. But to come find out what actually happens, you're going to have to like the video and subscribe to the channel and join me for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.